Aimsio for Android offers a convenient solution for completing tasks, tickets, and timesheets, with a suite of form creation tools for recording your billable and non-billable work. Download the app by searching for Aimsio in the Google Play Store, or find a direct link in our Help Center at support.aimsio.com. Users signing in for the first time will be required to have a stable internet connection. Simply enter the username and password you've been provided. If you need to reset your password, select the Reset Password option below, and if there's a valid email address associated with your account, you'll receive an email with instructions to create a new one. When the login is successful, Aimsio will automatically perform what is known as a sync. A sync ensures the data on your device has the most up-to-date job and form information available. This is also how information from your device is sent back to your company's account. Syncing may take a few minutes the first time you log in, but subsequent logins should be much faster. Once your device is synced, Aimsio for Android supports working offline for up to 14 days, after which users will have to log in online again. Get in the habit of making sure your device is synced to ensure your company's account has all your work. At any time, you can sync your device manually by tapping on the sync button located on the top right. Standalone forms do not require job access to complete. Examples of these forms include estimates, safety forms, and individual timesheets. To start one of these forms, tap on the Forms icon using the navigation bar along the bottom of the app and select the New Form button located on the bottom right. Let's walk through an example of an individual timesheet. The process of completing any form on Android feels very similar. You'll be brought through a sequence of steps, each containing a set of required and optional fields. On some forms, the app may recognize your account and automatically populate fields. In this case, you'll see both my name and the trade I typically work under are already filled out. I'll just need to select which state or province I am recording my hours in. When I'm done, I'll tap Next on the lower right-hand side of the screen. Forms that track hours may include more than one table for different categories. For example, I may be recording both my labor hours and hours for the equipment I was using. To start logging hours, tap on the Add Row button. Today I'll be logging 8 hours for the job I worked. I'll search and select the job number first and the personal vehicle I was using. At our company, we are tracking different phases of this project, so I'll be recording these hours against one of our deliverables. I can also indicate whether I'm owed a per diem or truck allowance. Once I'm done, I'll hit X on the top left-hand side of the screen, and that will complete my row. If I had worked more than one job today, I could tap Add Row again to record my hours for a second job. There is no limit to the number of jobs that you can record hours for on an individual timesheet. If I make a mistake, I can tap and hold any row, and I'll be given the option to delete. There is no undo for this delete action, so be mindful when using it. I'm quickly going to log some equipment hours as well. I'll add a row under the equipment table. I'm owed a truck allowance, but my company is also tracking the utilization of this equipment separately. After I'm finished, I'll tap Next. The app will show me a preview of the PDF version of my timesheet, giving me one last chance to review. If I notice any mistake, I can tap the previous button to go back and make adjustments. I can tap any row to bring the fields into view and make my changes. Once I'm done, I'll close this out and tap Next to proceed. From the preview screen, I also have some additional options for saving or sharing this PDF on the top right. Tap on the 3 vertical dots to download, share, or print the PDF using a wireless or Bluetooth printer. Tapping Submit on the lower right will finish the timesheet and set the status of the timesheet to closed. Every time a form is submitted, the app will attempt to perform a sync. This would send my timesheet back to our company account for review. If I'm working offline, Aimsio will store this timesheet on my device, and I'll remember to sync manually as soon as I'm back online. The form is locked at this point, and I can only view a final version of the PDF. If I needed to make changes, I would reach out to a supervisor or any user with the authority to reopen the timesheet for me. This would change the status of the form back to open. I would then have the ability to make changes to the form on my device again. A nice thing about this app is the ability to duplicate a previously completed form. If I'm working another 8-hour workday tomorrow, I'll be able to tap and hold on a completed form and duplicate it. After it's been duplicated, I'll set a new date and proceed to complete the form as before. Users with access to jobs can navigate to the Jobs tab on the bottom left. Aimsio will typically order jobs by those that have been updated most recently. In other words, jobs that have received updated information from the company account the last time the device was synced. By tapping on any job, you'll be presented with information including client contact details, job location, and directions. I can also tap the map icon to bring up the location on Google Maps. If I need to copy any of these fields, I can press and hold on the field. This would allow me to paste job information into an external message, document, or application. Jobs may also store additional information, like any attachments, a list of crew or equipment that have been scheduled for the job, or any third-party charges we need to bill. We call these non-recurring billables. Job forms include tickets, purchase orders, change orders, or crew timesheets. All of these forms require access to the job and are created by opening the job first. To start a job form, I can navigate to the Forms tab from within a job and select the New Form button on the lower right. Let's walk through creating a ticket. There are typically a few more steps involved in creating a ticket, but thankfully some of the information has already been pulled onto the job for me. I'll input the description of work for today, and as I'm the supervisor on this job, so I'll sign off on the work I'm about to complete by drawing on the app and tapping Add Signature. I can also include any image or PDF attachments by adding a row under any of the attachment tables. I can also use my device's camera to quickly take a picture while on the job. Tapping Next will bring me to the Billable Items section. This is where all the billable and non-billable work is recorded. I have a really convenient feature here that lets me pull all the scheduled crew and equipment that have been dispatched to the job today. Tapping the Pull button will tell the app to search for any scheduled resources. This may take a few seconds, depending on the number of resources that have been scheduled, but this really speeds up the process of logging hours. I no longer have to add rows one by one, and all of the charge out rates are set for me too. To complete the rest, I tap on any row and fill in the remaining information. When I'm done, I'll tap X on the top left to close out the row. I'll take a few moments here to complete the rest of the rows. Once I press Next, I'll be presented with any non-recurring billables that still require billing. I can tap on any charge, verify the charge out amount, and select the Charged checkbox to include it on this ticket. When I tap Next, I'll be given the option to add any surcharges to this ticket. This is a really convenient option for adding a percentage on top of what I'm billing. I have a fuel surcharge to add to this ticket, so I'll press Calculate to apply it. Next, I'll be given some options for how I want the PDF version of this ticket to appear to my client. If I was recording non-billable work and I wanted to ensure my client could see that, I would uncheck this option here. I'll also have the option to update the physical progress of any deliverables we're tracking on our job schedule. If I recorded hours against any phases on this ticket, I can update the table automatically by pressing Pull and filling out the latest quantities completed. As with any form, the app will then present a preview of the PDF, giving us a final opportunity to review. If the client happens to be on site with me, I can even fetch their signature on the spot by tapping the signature field and having them draw directly on the app. Our final preview will include the client signature too. I also have the option here to download, share, or print this PDF and forward it to the client, but we'll be sending this to the client for approval via our client portal using our web account, so I'll skip this step. Everything else looks good here, so I'll submit and close the form. Much like an individual form, I can also duplicate any job form by tapping and holding onto the form and selecting the duplicate option. If users have been assigned tasks, they can find them under the Tasks tab using the bottom navigation bar. Tap on any assigned task to view its contents, and use the Accept Task button to signify that you've received it. If you haven't completed the task yet, tap on the arrow on the top left to return to the Main Tasks tab. You'll notice the status of the task has been changed to In Progress. Once you've completed the task, open the task again and tap on the Complete Task button. Completing a task does not trigger a sync, so if you'd like to communicate your progress back to the company account, perform a manual sync by tapping on the sync icon on the top right. Users can quickly get a summary of all their submitted hours via the Reports tab. Only hours on closed forms will be included in this report, so if you haven't submitted your form yet, you will not see your hours. Use the search parameters along the top to isolate the hours or the time period you're looking for, and click on the Get Results button to perform the search. Use the Action button beside a row to view the form that the hours relate to. The Settings tab will inform users which version of the app they are using. This is also where users can report an issue to our support team. If required, users can also log out from this tab. Logging back in will extend your offline access back to 14 days. For additional information on using this app and any of our features, users can access our product guides by clicking on the Help guide from the Settings tab.